The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Trails is a spin-off of Falcom's long-running Trails series. The game came out originally in 2012 on the PSP in Japan and has now finally been localized and released in the West. I'm a huge fan of the Trails series. I have played all 12 released mainline games, so I was excited to get into this game even if its story is not really connected to the main series at this point, and the hack and slash gameplay is more close to Falcom's other series, In the game, you play as Nayuta, a 15-year-old student with a deep passion for exploration, returning to his home island of Remnant Isle. With Nayuta is his best friend Signa, with whom he has a handyman business helping other residents of the island. One day, a mysterious ruin falls from the sky and the duo goes to explore it, finding a fairy named Noi who leads them into her musical world of Lost Heaven, which is threatened by a sinister evil, and Nayuta agrees to help Noi solve the crisis. The story was really enjoyable and in a classic Falcom style offered a lots of twists and turns which kept me invested the whole way through. The game keeps up good pace and there are rarely long stretches of gameplay without some plot or character development. Nayuta is a quite traditional JRPG protagonist whose positivity infects the whole cast and there is a lot of heart to his character. The supporting cast is good, but outside of the couple key characters, there isn't enough time to get attached to the rest of the cast as the game is only 15 to 20 hours long.
Hello, Nayuta man! Long time no see!
The game is split between the Remnant Isle and Lost Heaven. On the island you can buy equipment and ingredients from the shops, train your sword skills and complete side missions. You can also ask your sister to cook you lunchboxes that you can use to restore health. Weird thing about the lunches is that eating them also gives you experience, which is curious. Lost Heaven is where the bulk of the gameplay happens. Lost Heaven is split into many regions, each of which has multiple short stages that you need to complete to progress in the story. The small scale of the stages clearly shows the game's roots of being a PSP game, but it did not hurt the experience. I was honestly quite surprised how clever the level design was, especially in the later parts of the game. There is also this climate feature where you can change the season in a stage, opening up new areas and allowing you to complete certain specific actions. For example, you could plant a tree in the spring version of a stage and then collect the fruits in the fall to complete the side mission. The game also offers a surprising amount of platforming, which was fun. Sometimes the platforming controls felt a bit janky, but after learning the rhythm of the inputs, it was only a problem in certain situations. The combat is my biggest problem with the game, as the combat doesn't really encourage you to fight tactically, as just spamming attacks gets you through most of the encounters, at least on normal. Noi's magical abilities do bring some flair to the combat and you learn new sword skills and magical attacks throughout the game, keeping things fresh. Combat encounters with normal enemies are super fast, so despite me not really loving the combat, it never got annoying. The bosses were a bit of a hit or miss. Some of them were quite fun with bullet hell style dodging of attacks just to get few hits in, but unfortunately others ended up feeling like a slog with boring attack patterns or having their weak spot high, which you had to jump attack to hit, really slowing the battles. Visually, the game was really charming. The developers have done great work remastering the visuals from the PSP to be played on a larger, modern screens. Most of the character models were cute, but there were a couple characters for whom the bump in resolution has not been gracious. There are also a few pre-rendered cutscenes, and those do look a bit rough. The soundtrack is fantastic, which is to be expected from Falcom's sound team JDK. As a huge Trails fan, I'm very happy that I finally got to play this game and thought it was a great experience. The developers have done a great job remastering the game from PSP to modern platforms, and the game is not hurt by its original limitations. After finishing the game, it still feels totally separate from the main Trails games, which is a good thing as it allows old fans and newcomers to jump into it without having to worry about the other 12 games in the series, but it still offers those similar Falcom vibes with its story and music. I have my theories of how the game might end up connecting to the other games, but even if it never does, it is still a worthwhile game to experience on its own. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found the review helpful. I feel like the game came out without too much fanfare and was kinda overshadowed by the announcement of the new mainline Trails game, Trails Through Daybreak. I definitely have plans to do more Trails related content in the future, so make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you don't miss them. Thank you and have a great day.